Welcome back to The Healthy Way. I am Dr. Estephan, and today we are talking about pineapple juice. Not the candy-sweet version that comes loaded with added sugar, but real pineapple and what it can do for your health and your appearance when you use it wisely. I want this to feel practical, not mythical. Pineapple is not a miracle. It is a tool. And like every tool, it can help in the right context. And it can cause trouble in the wrong context. If you have ever finished a meal and felt heavy, bloated, or like the food is just sitting there, you are going to understand why pineapple gets so much attention. Pineapple contains a natural enzyme called bromelina. Enzymes are little helpers that support digestion, and bromelina is especially known for helping the body break down proteins. That matters because a lot of people think they digest fine just because they eat every day and use the bathroom regularly. But digestion is not only about going to the bathroom. Digestion is also about absorbing what you eat and about keeping the gut calm instead of inflamed. When digestion is not working well, people often feel it in the skin, in energy levels, in mood, in swelling, and in the way the body handles inflammation. Now, let us connect health and beauty because they are not separate worlds. When your digestion is smoother, your body is more likely to absorb amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that support collagen, skin repair, hair strength, and overall tone. When inflammation goes down, puffiness often improves. When hydration and circulation improve, the face can look more awake. Pineapple juice fits into that conversation because it can support digestion, it can support fluid balance for some people, and it contains vitamin C and plant compounds that your body uses in repair processes. But I also want to set a boundary. Pineapple juice is still juice. 'Tis concentrated fruit sugar. That means it can raise blood sugar, especially if you drink large amounts or if you drink it alone on an empty stomach. So we are going to talk about how to use it, when to avoid it, and how to prepare it in a way that benefits you instead of backfiring. If you are ready, stay with me to the end, because I will show you the smartest way to use pineapple juice for digestion, for skin, and for recovery. And I will also tell you the biggest mistakes people make with it. Before we begin, subscribe to The Healthy Way. Share this video with someone who loves natural remedies. And comment below with the main reason you want to try pineapple juice: digestion, swelling, skin, or energy. Let us start with what pineapple juice is good for in the body, in a way you can actually feel. The first big area is digestion. Bromelina helps break down proteins. When proteins are not broken down well, people can feel heaviness, gas, and fermentation. That fermentation can create bloating and discomfort, and when the gut becomes irritated, you can see it show up as fatigue, breakouts, or a feeling of being inflamed. So if you are someone who eats protein and then feels tight in the stomach, pineapple taken with or after meals may feel supportive. I am not saying pineapple replaces medical treatment for digestive disorders. I am saying that for mild, sluggish digestion, this is one of the fruits that has a very specific reason for its reputation. The second area is inflammation and recovery. Bromelina has been studied for its effects on inflammation pathways. That does not mean it cures everything, but it does mean that in some people, it can feel like it helps the body calm down after irritation. That can show up as less puffiness, easier movement, and a general sense of lighter swelling. When the body holds fluid, it is often not only water. It is inflammation, salt balance, hormone shifts, and circulation. Pineapple is not a diuretic drug, but some people notice they feel less puffy when they include pineapple and hydrate well. The third area is immune support. Mostly through vitamin C, vitamin C supports normal immune function. And it is also important for collagen formation. That is one of the reasons pineapple is often mentioned in beauty conversations. Collagen is not only about wrinkles, collagen is also about gum health, blood vessel integrity, wound repair, and skin resilience. Pineapple does not build collagen by itself, but it gives your body raw materials and support. Now let me say something that will save you from disappointment. If you drink pineapple juice once and expect your skin to transform overnight, you will call it useless. But if you use it as part of a routine where you also sleep, hydrate, manage sugar intake, and eat protein and plants, pineapple can be a small advantage that adds up. Beauty is usually the result of thousands of small choices, not one miracle drink. Also, pineapple juice is not the same as eating pineapple. Whole pineapple gives you fiber, which slows the sugar rise and supports the gut. Juice is more concentrated. That means the way you drink it matters. We will talk about timing and how to make it gentler for blood sugar and the stomach. For now, I want you to remember this. Pineapple juice can support digestion because of bromelina. It can support repair because of vitamin C. And it may help some people feel less inflamed. But if you do it in the wrong way, too much, too sweet, too frequent, it can push blood sugar up and irritate the stomach. Now let us talk about beauty benefits in a grounded way, the kind of beauty that comes from physiology, not fantasy. When people say pineapple helps beauty, they usually mean three things. They mean skin clarity, they mean puffiness and water retention, and they mean a glow that comes from better circulation and better digestion. Start with skin clarity. One of the most common reasons people struggle with skin is that the gut is irritated. That irritation can come from a diet that is too inflammatory, too processed, too high in sugar, too low in fiber, or simply out of balance for that person. Pineapple is not a cure for acne, but pineapple can support digestion and provide vitamin C. And those two things can help the body maintain skin repair and resilience. If you are not absorbing nutrients well, the skin often becomes the first place that shows it. Now, puffiness. Some people wake up with a swollen face, puffy eyelids, or rings that feel tight. Sometimes it is salt, sometimes it is hormones, sometimes it is poor sleep, sometimes it is inflammation and lymph flow. Pineapple is often used because it is refreshing. It supports hydration, and its compounds can help some people feel less inflamed. But the key is that it must be paired with hydration and not paired with a high-sugar lifestyle. If you drink a huge sweet juice and then eat salty processed foods all day, you will not see a benefit. You will see more puffiness, now the glow. A real glow is often circulation plus hydration plus adequate protein and micronutrients. Pineapple can be part of that because vitamin C supports the connective tissue that holds your skin structure together and supports the small blood vessels. When those systems are working well, skin tends to look more alive. But I also want to talk about an uncomfortable truth. Many beauty drinks fail because they are sugar bombs. Sugar can drive glycation, which is a process where sugar binds to proteins and can contribute to a dull, aged look over time. That is why you must be careful with pineapple juice if your goal is beauty. Small amounts, strategic timing, and ideally combined with fiber or protein from a meal. So, how do we keep pineapple in the beauty zone and not the sugar zone? You can do it by using smaller portions, by diluting it with water, by choosing whole pineapple sometimes instead of juice, and by avoiding drinking it late at night when your body is less active and blood sugar control is often worse. Also, pay attention to your skin signals. If pineapple triggers breakouts for you, it might be because it is raising your sugar too fast, or because your gut is irritated and cannot handle it well. That does not mean pineapple is bad. It means your strategy needs adjusting. Maybe you take it with food. Maybe you dilute it. Maybe you reduce frequency. Maybe you choose whole fruit instead. Beauty is not fragile, but it is sensitive. Your body always tells you the truth through symptoms. Pineapple juice can be a friend for beauty when you treat it like a supportive ingredient, not a dessert in a glass. Now let us get practical. How do you prepare pineapple juice so that it actually serves your body? First, choose ripe pineapple. A ripe pineapple smells sweet at the base and has a fragrant aroma. If it is too green, it can be harsher and more acidic. If it is overripe, it can be too sweet and ferment quickly. When you make pineapple juice at home, you control what matters. You control sugar concentration, you control additives, and you control freshness. The simplest version is blending fresh pineapple with water and then straining if you want a smoother texture. But I want to encourage you not to strain too much because the fiber is a gift. If you can tolerate it, keep some of that pulp. Fiber helps slow the sugar spike and supports the gut. If you are sensitive to sugar or you are trying to use pineapple juice for digestion, dilution is your best friend. A small amount of pineapple blended with water creates a drink that is easier on blood sugar and still delivers bromelain and vitamin C if you make it thick and concentrated. You increase the sugar load. There is also the question of when to drink it. For digestion support, many people do well with pineapple during or after a meal, especially a meal with protein. That is when bromelain may feel most relevant. If you drink it on an empty stomach, some people feel fine, and some people feel acidity, burning, or stomach irritation. If you have gastritis or reflux, you need to be cautious. Pineapple is acidic, and acidity can aggravate a sensitive stomach. For swelling and puffiness, people often do best with pineapple earlier in the day, paired with water. And paired with a day that is not overloaded with salt and sugar. Pineapple cannot outwork a lifestyle that creates constant inflammation, a tea, but it can support a clean day. For beauty, I like the idea of using pineapple as a small ritual, not a large serving. A small diluted glass a few times a week can fit well for many people. Daily large juice servings, especially in the evening, can be counterproductive. Now, let us address the question people always ask. Can you just eat the fruit instead of drinking it? Yes, and often that is better. Whole fruit gives fiber and slows the sugar rise. If your goal is general health, whole pineapple is often the better option. If your goal is a specific digestive support and you want it easy, juice can be convenient, but you keep the portion controlled. Also, keep it simple. Do not add sugar. Do not add sweet syrups. Do not make it a dessert. Pineapple is already sweet. If you want to soften the acidity, dilution is better than adding sweeteners. In the next part, I will explain who should avoid pineapple juice, or at least be careful. Because this is where people get into trouble when they assume that natural means always safe. Let us talk about contraindications and cautions, because every responsible health conversation must include them. Pineapple is a healthy fruit for many people, but it is not for everyone in every situation. First, if you have uncontrolled blood sugar issues or you are living with diabetes and you notice that fruit juices spike you quickly, you must be careful with pineapple juice. It can be done in small amounts, diluted, and preferably with a meal, but large amounts can push glucose up fast. This is not fear. This is physiology. Juice is concentrated and fiber is reduced. If you want pineapple and you are sensitive to sugar, whole pineapple in a modest portion is often the better move. Second, if you have gastritis, reflux, or a very sensitive stomach, pineapple can irritate because it is acidic. Some people tolerate it fine, others do not. Your body will tell you. If pineapple gives you burning, pain, or discomfort, do not force it. There are other gentler fruits and other digestive supports. Third, if you take blood thinners or you have a bleeding disorder, you should talk with your clinician before using large amounts of bromelain supplements. Pineapple as a food is usually not a huge issue for most people. But the conversation changes when people start taking concentrated supplements or drinking very large volumes daily. Bromelain has been studied for effects related to platelets and blood flow. You do not want to play with that if you are already on anticoagulants. Food amounts are one thing. Aggressive supplementing is another. Fourth, allergies. Some people are allergic to pineapple, or they get itching in the mouth, swelling, or discomfort. If you have oral itching or swelling, stop and take it seriously. Also, pineapple can irritate the mouth for people even without true allergy, because it is acidic and contains enzymes. If you feel your tongue burning, it might be simple irritation, but do not ignore severe symptoms. Fifth, pregnancy. Pineapple as a fruit is generally fine for most people. But the idea of using bromelain or strong enzyme supplements during pregnancy is not something to do without medical guidance. In pregnancy, everything should be gentler and more thoughtful. Now, let us talk about quantity. Even for healthy people, too much pineapple juice can create digestive upset. The same enzyme that helps digestion can irritate the stomach if taken in a harsh way. Too much sugar can feed fermentation in people who have gut imbalance. That can mean more gas, not less. So the dose matters. If you want a safe approach, think small and observe. You want your body to feel lighter, not irritated. You want your energy to feel steadier, not spiky. You want your skin to look calmer, not more inflamed. In the next part, I will talk about how pineapple relates to allergies, sinus, congestion, and immune balance, because that is one of the most interesting places where people report benefits. Now let us talk about pineapple juice and the respiratory and allergy side of the story. Because many people are surprised by this. Some people notice that pineapple helps them feel less congested, less inflamed in the sinuses, or less reactive. The reason this conversation exists is that bromelain has been studied for anti-inflammatory effects. And inflammation is a major piece of what people experience as allergy symptoms. When the body is reacting, it is often not only an external trigger like pollen, it is also the internal environment. If the gut is irritated, if the sleep is poor. If the body is inflamed, the immune system often becomes more reactive. That is why improving digestion can sometimes improve how reactive a person feels. Pineapple enters this picture through digestion support and through compounds that may help the inflammatory response be more balanced. But I want to be careful with language. Pineapple does not replace allergy medications when someone needs them. Pineapple does not cure asthma. What I am saying is that in some people, using pineapple wisely, especially as part of improving digestion and overall inflammation, can feel supportive. Also, vitamin C in pineapple supports normal immune function. Again, that does not mean it prevents all infections. It means it supports the body. And when you combine vitamin C with hydration and better digestion, people often report feeling more resilient. Now, here is something I want you to consider. Many people get sick frequently because their baseline is already inflamed. They are not sleeping, they are stressed. They are eating too much processed food. Their gut is struggling. Then the immune system is constantly working in a messy environment. When you start to support the gut, you often see improvement in the whole body. That is why I always say the gut is the foundation. If the gut is not well, the body struggles to recover. So how does pineapple fit? Pineapple can be part of a routine that supports the gut. It can be used with meals to help digestion. It can be used diluted to support hydration. And for some people, it can be a gentle part of lowering the overall inflammatory load. If you are someone with frequent congestion, consider your patterns. Does it happen after heavy meals? Does it happen after dairy? Does it happen when you are dehydrated? Does it happen when your sleep is poor? Pineapple alone will not fix those patterns, but it can be one ingredient that helps you rebuild a healthier baseline. Also, if you are a parent and you are thinking about giving pineapple juice to a child, keep it simple and small. Use real pineapple. Dilute it. Avoid added sugars. And pay attention to any mouth itching or stomach discomfort. Children often show reactions quickly. Let us move into circulation and joint comfort, because this is where pineapple has a strong reputation in everyday life. People say pineapple helps swelling. People say pineapple helps the body feel less stiff. People say pineapple helps them feel lighter in the legs. Let us translate that into what could be happening. First, swelling can be fluid retention, but it can also be inflammation. When tissues are inflamed, they hold more fluid. When circulation is sluggish, the body can feel heavy. Pineapple has been studied for properties connected to inflammation and edema, which is a medical word for swelling. That does not mean it is a medicine, but it means that there is a reason people keep talking about it. Second, bromelain has been studied in contexts related to recovery and inflammation. When inflammation is lower, joints often feel better. When you hydrate better and reduce salt overload, swelling often improves. Pineapple can fit in as part of a day that is cleaner, better hydrated, and better digested. Third, joint discomfort is often worse when the body is holding inflammatory compounds and when the gut is not handling food well. Some people notice more aches when they eat too much sugar, too much fried food, too much alcohol, or too many processed oils. If you are using pineapple juice while still living in that pattern, you might not notice much. But if you use pineapple as part of a shift away from inflammatory habits, you can notice a change. Now, this is very important. If you take medications that affect clotting, or you have a medical condition that makes you sensitive to changes in clotting, you should not use pineapple aggressively. This is not to scare you, 'tis to keep you safe. Food amounts are usually fine for most people, but daily large juices plus supplements is where people can create issues. Also, think about timing. If you want pineapple for recovery, some people like it after exercise with a meal, because that is when the body is rebuilding and you are eating protein. The enzyme support and vitamin C can fit nicely there. But if you do it late at night as a sweet drink, you might just disrupt blood sugar and sleep, and then you wake up more inflamed. So here is my practical approach. Use pineapple as a tool for digestion with meals and as a small supportive drink when you are focusing on hydration and recovery. Keep it diluted. Keep portions reasonable. Choose whole fruit when you can, and for beauty, this connects as well. When swelling goes down, your face looks less puffy. When circulation is better, your skin looks more alive. When digestion is better, you absorb more. Health and beauty keep meeting at the same place, the basics. In the next part, I will close with a clear way to use pineapple juice over the next week. How to know if it is helping you and how to avoid the common mistakes. Then we will wrap with a strong call to action. Let us bring everything together in a simple, realistic way. Pineapple juice can be good for digestion because bromelina supports breaking down proteins. It can be good for recovery and a calmer body because it has compounds that have been studied in inflammation contexts. It can be good for beauty because it provides vitamin C and supports collagen-related repair. And because better digestion and less inflammation often show on the face and skin. But it is still juice, and juice is powerful. Powerful can be helpful or harmful depending on how you use it. If you want to try pineapple juice for 1 week, keep it controlled. Use real pineapple. Dilute it with water. Use a small amount. Take it with a meal, especially if you are doing it for digestion. If your goal is puffiness, do it earlier in the day and hydrate well. If your goal is skin, keep it small and consistent and do not pair it with a high sugar day. Watch your body like a scientist. If you feel lighter after meals, that is a good sign. If you feel less bloated, that is a good sign. If your skin looks calmer after several days, that may be a good sign. But if your stomach burns, if your reflux worsens, if your mouth itches, if your blood sugar feels unstable, or if you feel more gas and fermentation, adjust or stop. Natural is not a guarantee. Your body is the final judge. Also, do not ignore the bigger picture. Pineapple cannot replace sleep. Pineapple cannot replace reducing added sugar. Pineapple cannot replace movement. And pineapple cannot replace medical care if you have serious symptoms. If you are dealing with diabetes, severe reflux, kidney issues, clotting issues, or you take blood thinners, be cautious and talk with your clinician before making pineapple a daily habit. Now I want to hear from you. Have you tried pineapple juice before? Did it help your digestion? Did it make your stomach worse? Did you notice anything on your skin or swelling? Write it in the comments because your experience helps the community learn and it helps me guide you better in future videos. If this video helped you, subscribe to The Healthy Way right now. Share it with a friend who loves natural remedies but needs a safer approach. And comment the word pineapple so I know you watched to the end. I am Dr. Estephan, and I will see you in the next episode of The Healthy Way.